All right, I should be live now. Let's, let's see. Fresh. Okay, let's do a sound check and line up. Hello? Okay, okay. Let's do a sound check. We are good. We're good. Let me share this on. Let me share this on Twitter real quick, and we can get started. Do this real quick, and then we can get started. All right, we're good. We are good to go. How y'all doing? Movie 186 back again with another live stream. I really wasn't doing anything at this point in time. I do have a lot of stuff I want to talk about. I mean? Like, there's lots of, non gaming stuff I want to talk about on here as well. But, I figured, I figured I want to talk about this because this has been something that I've been thinking about for for a little bit. Like I said, like I put in the title and the description, this is not. I don't intend this to be an anti Xbox video. I don't tend to make this an anti Microsoft video. There's not me trying to shit on the brand or anything like that. There's not what this video is about. What this is about is essentially why I'm thinking what I'm thinking, right? And to be honest with you, I think that if we're real with ourselves, I actually did the smart thing. Let me backtrack a little bit. Let me get back to the beginning, right? I bought the Xbox One S, right? The white Xbox. I bought that almost 2.5 years ago. I bought the system. I bought it with I think I bought it with Forza Horizon 3, and what else did I buy with it? Yeah, I think that was it. I think I bought it. I bought it with Forza Horizon 3, right? And Forza Horizon 3 is one of my favorite games of this generation. Is to me it's the best racing game of this generation. It's one of my favorite games of all time. One of my favorite racing games of all time, right? So like I've had fun with this system. I mean, I really like Sunset Overdrive. I like Forza 7. There's tons of games on the system that I like, and there's tons of games that I've liked because of playing on the Xbox One S. Why why am I feeling this way now? After 2.5 years, of playing the system, playing the games on it, why do I feel like I want to get rid of it? And I'm gonna discuss it right here, right now, right now. For one, most importantly is this time. Like I don't use the system as much as I would like, and that does annoy me. I mean, obviously the PS4 is my preferred platform. That's no secret to anybody. I play most of my games on the PS4. Now, however, there are certain there are games on the Xbox. The thing that annoys me about some people is that there are certain people who only play exclusives on their secondary device, right? And the reason why it annoys me is because you really don't give the console an opportunity to really, you don't really give that the platform a fair shake, and you don't really get the opportunity to use it as much as you would like if you only play one type of game on there, right? So you obviously have Xbox dudes, and they always say, "Oh, well, I only bought PS4 because it's exclusive and stuff like that." Now, I didn't do that with the Xbox. Right? Obviously, I play all the exclusives. Obviously, I have Gears and Halo, Forza, and stuff like that. I have those games. I like those games, but I also have my most played game on there was FIFA 18. I think, yeah, it was FIFA 18. And I play a lot of NHL 19 on there. I do have, I do obviously I have some 360 games that I downloaded. Either it was from, I think all of it is from games with gold. You know what I mean? But I look at the library of games that I have, and I don't really, I don't really feel like playing those games. You know what I mean? I look at and I look at the library of games that I have right now, and the only game that I've bought over the past year was Forza, Forza Horizon 4, and the last game I bought before that was Forza 7. And to me, that's not good. That's not good. Like I'm spending, I obviously I have Xbox Live, I have PlayStation Plus. I have a whole bunch of games on my PlayStation. You know what I mean? And I look at my Xbox One library, I mean I'm not gonna say it's barren, but I have about 20 or some odd games on there. The vast majority of those games I don't play, and unfortunately, a lot of those games I don't have no desire to play. And part of it has been the exclusive lineup. Like for me, like I said, I got lucky because I didn't start gaming on the Xbox One X till 2006 on the Xbox till 2016. So I missed the first years of the 2013, 2014, 2015. I missed those years. So I didn't play games like Sunset Overdrive at launch. I didn't play Gears 5 at launch. No, Gears 4 at launch. I didn't play Halo 5 at launch. I bought those games afterwards. So I had games to play. I had games to play. And then I look at the new games that Microsoft released. I played Recore. Recore, I don't think Recore is a bad game, but I also think that game is nothing special. Because I think I got Recore around the same time as Horizon Zero Dawn, and after I started playing Horizon, I had a hard time going back to Recore. I had a very hard time going back to Recore. Quantum Break, I wasn't feeling I wasn't feeling the game. You know what I mean? I didn't. I look at the game, and plus the whole movie thing in between. I can't jive with that. As someone who likes story-driven games, I'm not interested in watching a 30-minute movie every single episode before I start a chapter. Though that instantly pulled me away. I look at games like Sea of Thieves and State of Decay, and they look like low budget trash. Like I'm just being honest with you. Like they look like low budget trash. Sea of Thieves, like here's the thing with me and Sea of Thieves, right? I don't like games that that we're like multiplayer games. I don't like multiplayer games that is solely dependent on playing with friends to be fun. And I know that may sound weird to some people, but let me give you an example. When I play Call of Duty online, or when I play fighting games, like Street Fighter, Tekken, what have you online, right? I don't need to party up with my friends to have fun with that game. I can go on a lobby in Call of Duty and just have fun in that lobby. Hopefully people have microphones on, but hopefully you can just have fun with the people in the lobby. I don't need to have fun with people. I don't need to have people I know in the lobby to have fun. To me, every single time I hear people talk about how fun Sea of Thieves is always with a group of people. It's always with a party. And to me, that's not good enough because at the end of the day, my gaming schedule is very erratic. You know what I mean? I don't, I can't. I'm not. I don't play one type of game every single day. The only game I do that with is the MLB games. I like playing that game at least once or twice a day. Everything else, is I'll play like God of War once every 2 3 days, right? Spider Man once every 1 or 2 days. Every 2 3 days. There'll be weeks, even months, where I won't even touch a game until I want to play. Like with Samurai Showdown currently, I haven't even taken out the wrapper because there's other games that I'm trying to play right now. You know what I mean? Like and I mean that's just how I've always gamed. Though. That's just kind of how I always gamed. You know what I mean? I always wanted to, I've always, gamed that way. You know what I mean? Like outside of the MLB games, every other game I play once every, few days. That's why it takes me a long time to beat games like God of War, Spider-Man. I still haven't beaten Horizon Zero Dawn, and I'm really, really close. And I'm definitely going to do that at some point. But you get what I'm saying. So yeah. So I don't really like my gaming schedule is erratic. So I can't sit there and I can't be like, oh well, oh yeah, let's all team up and play each other at this time or that time, or whatever. Because most people live in. If you're friends with somebody, you're probably friends with somebody who lives in a different time zone. You know what I mean? And to coordinate times and stuff like that, that's very hard for someone like me because, like I said, my work schedule can be erratic sometimes. And just if I'm doing something, I'm not gonna if I'm supposed to do something, I'm not gonna sit around at home all day, do nothing, and just wait for a couple people to get home so we can play a game. Like that's not how I am, right? I can't do that anymore. And when it comes to Sea of Thieves, that's all. Like the only people who seem to have fun with that game are people who party up, and they talk about their adventures and shit like that. Like I'm not. That's not my thing. Yeah, State of Decay. I'm not into zombie games, so obviously zombie games and games like that. So that's completely out the window. Plus, gotta be frank, the game looks like low budget dog shit. It just does, especially when it came out. I'm sure it's fixed now, but I mean, I look at the way the game looks, and I look at the graphics and all that other shit. It looks ugly. It looks ugly, and you have all that coincide with the fact that the company is trying to sell this shit about power and 4K, all this other bullshit. But then you release games like State of Decay that look like trash. You know what I mean? Like I think it's hard to deny the fact that when you look at their exclusive lineup for this generation, it hasn't been good. It hasn't been good. You know what I mean? Even then, people always talk about, oh, what about the launch lineup, the launch lineup, the launch lineup. I look at the launch lineup and I'm like, what the fuck did you guys have? What the fuck? What the fuck was there to brag about? Rise is not good. You know, Dead Rising to me is mediocre, and it's a zombie game, so I don't care about that. Killer Instinct looks like garbage and plays like garbage. I have the game. I rather play the original. I rather play the original than the new game because I don't like the new game. And then I think obviously a little bit past launch, the main game everyone was falling over was Titanfall, which is overrated. And I'm not saying it because it's not a bad game, but the game lacked content, and and unfortunately Microsoft did the stupid thing and just didn't try to secure any type of exclusivity with the game. You know, what I mean, I don't know if they were able to because obviously that's EA's baby, but when you don't add you don't try to get exclusivity with the game. The second game comes out. It comes out on multiple platforms. Fanboys get upset that it's not on their platform. It gets spread too thin. The game gets buried by its own company and its top competitor. And there you have a franchise that's pretty much. I get that Apex Legends is kind of helped them a little bit, but I mean Titanfall should be a well known, well regarded franchise by now, and it's not. It's simply not. And I think I don't know if I'm not going to sit there and blame Microsoft for that, but we all know the original Titanfall game was a success on the Xbox, and I mean I don't know how much the Xbox I don't know how much it sold on the second one sold on Xbox, but it didn't hit. So you have all these launch games that these Xbox dudes brag about, and how many of them are actually good? I mean, really, just Titanfall, and I mean, frankly, that game was highly overrated. Game got an 89 on Metacritic with no content. Like, I mean, how can that be? And then, obviously, when you look at, when I decided to buy a system, the reason why I decided to buy a system because that was the system that should have came out of the box for that company. The OG Xbox One, which is long since been forgotten. It looked like dog shit. And it was just an ugly machine. It just looked like trash. My Xbox One S looks beautiful. I like the look of the system. And that's pretty much why I bought it. And plus, I felt like there was enough on the system to where I can justify owning the console. And also I bought it because of Crackdown because I fell for the trap of what they showed at Gamescom 2015, right? And I know I talked about this before, and obviously it it sucks that Crackdown 3 ended up being what it is, which is mediocre dog shit. You know what I mean? And that was the game that I wanted. That I bought the Xbox One for. But thankfully, there have been other games that has justified the purchase. But as of right now, I don't see why I need to have the system anymore. And like, and I Crackdown is part of it because it's part of the long line of new IPs or returning IPs that Microsoft made that are not good. And I'm not talking about games that, like a game like Sunset Overdrive. I think that game's great. I don't know if it sold super well, but I think the game is great. I don't care what the Metacritic score is. I don't care what other people think about the game. I think the game is great, right? For some people, I know people like Quantum Break. That's fine. I look at that game and I look at in the concept of it ruined it for me. I'm not playing that shit because I'm not sitting through movies. I'm sorry, I'm not sitting through. The concept when I first saw the game, when they first showed off the game, and they were talking about how it was going to merge, live action and the video game or whatever. I knew that was a bad idea from the jump because that's not what I want. I want to be immersed in. If you're trying to tell a story, it has to be immersive. And I'm sorry, going from live action, a live action Netflix series to gameplay is not immersive to me. It's not. And then you look at some of the other games and stuff like that, and to me, I don't. And we go. And let me say this about Gears 5. I'm not saying Gears 5 is going to be bad. I don't know if it's going to be. I think the game is going to be really good. But if there's a chance that the game is not good, yeah, that's going to be a problem. Because then what else am I going to play? What else am I going to play? Like Halo Infinite is not coming out for another year, guaranteed. Not coming out for another year because it's launching with the new Xbox system, and I know it's going to come out for the Xbox One as well. But I'm not waiting a year to play another major Xbox game. I'm not doing that. Cause that's not what I didn't buy the console just to play their games. You know, when the new exclusive comes out. No, I buy systems to play games on a consistent basis. And even if I wasn't using it as much as my PS4, as long as I was using it, I was okay. I'm cool with that. But as I look at the library now, and I look at my library now, like Halo 5 and Gears 4 are cool games, are fun games. But at the end of the day, if I can live without playing those games, I'll be fine. I'll perfectly be fine. They're not. I mean, I don't want to say they're not game changers, but they're not games that I feel like, oh, I need to be playing this game at least once a week. They're not those games for me. They're not. They're cool. They're fun games. Well, those aren't the games for me. Those aren't those type of games where you're like, man, I gotta play this game every single day. Like it was with Call of Duty. And to be frank, there's really been no multiplayer this generation that's done that for me. with the exception of maybe the first year of Street Fighter, or sometimes playing Uncharted. I don't think I've ever had that I don't think I've had fun playing multiplayer games this generation. You know what I mean? And I just look at the library of games I have on there, and I'm like, I'm not playing these games. And unfortunately, most of the games that I've downloaded onto my system have been the 360 games. Like I have Virtua Fighter 5 Final Showdown. I have Xbox One. No. I have Soul Calibur, which was I think the remake made for 360. I have Soul Calibur 1, and what else do I have? Obviously, I have the old Killer Instinct games. Like it's just it's all, the games that I have on there are like older games, and games that I'm just not at this point in time. I'm not interested in playing. Either I can get those games on another platform, or is this game that I only play when you get that itch, right? When you get that old school retro game vibe itch, right? Like this yesterday, I was playing Tekken 5. I love Tekken 5. You know what I mean? But do I think that I'm going to go back and play Tekken 5 every single day? No. It is one of those things where you just get that itch to play one of those retro games, and that's all it is to me. And then when people be like, "Oh well, backward compatibility is such a big thing," and this and that, yo guys, if I wanted to play 360 games, I would have bought a 360. I still stand by that. I went out of my way to buy Burnout 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 Revenge because it was part of the whole 360 uh BC backward compatibility thing, right? I went out of my way to buy that game. I haven't played that. I haven't touched that game in months. Why? Because I play new games. I'm playing games that came out this generation. It was an itch. It was one of those retro itch that I needed to scratch. But ultimately, if I'm not like ultimately if I'm not feeling the library, then it's time to go. And another part of it, surprisingly, is the Switch. I know they announced the Switch Lite. I'll talk about that in another video. But they announced the Switch, and I'm thinking to myself, you know what? There's lots of things I don't like about the Switch, but the one thing that I can say unequivocally is that their lineup of games has been spectacular. You know what I mean? You look at their obviously you have the first party stuff, and some of it's new, some of it are ports, but like those games are good. I'm not buying Mario Odyssey. I don't think that game is good. But Breath of the Wild, definitely gonna play that. If I get a Switch, I'm definitely buying that. I'm gonna buy Smash, even though there are certain parts of Smash I don't like, and I definitely don't like the community. That community can collectively suck a dick. I shouldn't say that. I should not have said that. No, they can go, but they can go fuck themselves. That community can go fuck themselves. Um, but I'll play Smash. You know what I mean? And and then you have the third party stuff like you have Tetris 99. I know there's been some other games that my friend Pedro was like an awesome game. Like, and there are games on the system that that I know that I would have more fun with than what I have currently on my Xbox. I'm just being honest. And part of the reason why is because Microsoft has done a poor job captivate like all this shit that's going on with Microsoft right now didn't start with that launch, with the Xbox One launch. It started with the end of the 360 era. Because while Sony was pumping out exclusive after exclusive after exclusive, Microsoft pretty much, you know, relied on their big three. And which is not necessarily a bad thing, but when you try to come out with when you come out with Rise and you come out with what's that company called? When you come out with Rise, you come out with Quantum Break, you come out with Sunset Overdrive, and you don't lock these studios down, now you have a game that has that you have a game a game franchise that has one game in it, and there's no guarantee of seeing another one. And if you see another one, you're just gonna you to give them to a different developer. You have no idea what's gonna happen. This is like what happened to Crackdown. The original Crackdown was a success. It was a game that I think reviewed well enough, and I think sold well enough to where it justified a sequel. But the problem is that you just threw in a different developer to develop the game, and the second game is pretty much non-existent. No one gives a shit about the game, and you do the same thing with in potentially doing the same thing with your other franchises, with your other franchises like Recore and Quantum Break and Sunset Overdrive. Like that's not good. That's not good enough. And I know they're trying to fix that now with with Game Pass. I get it. I get that they address the issue, and I praise them for it. But some people have pointed this out, and I'm worried about this too. If you're dependent on creating content just for Game Pass, right? And you tout about, oh, these deals, you can get Game Pass for like $1, $2, $3, or whatever. I mean, how is it? How, how are we not certain that the games that are coming out for it are not going to just feel like rushed Game Pass fodder? And I know you've heard that around the community about that, and it's a worry that I have too. Now, again, I don't think the game has to be AAA to be a good game. I'm not saying that, but if the quality of games are on the same level as a Recore or a Super Lucky Stale, another one, or a Crackdown, like no, they're not good enough. Not even close to being good enough. You can't have games of that same quality, especially when you look at the PlayStation side and you see Detroit. You look at Horizon, you look at Uncharted, you look at God of War, and you compare the two games how they look. You tell me which one looks like the machine, which one looks like the stronger machine. All this talk about 4K, this, and this and all the other stupid shit, and yet the PlayStation games by and large look a lot better. And I'm trying to figure out, are we going to get the same level of quality on the Xbox side with Game Pass? Because you have to remember, Game Pass, they're about making content for the service. That's their main thing, and there's nothing wrong with that. But if you're just gonna come out with games on the same quality as the games I just mentioned on the Xbox side, and then you bleed that into potentially putting that into games like Gears and Forza and Halo, like that's not good. That's a scary thing. That's a scary proposition. And I know there's a lot of people who feel the same way I feel. A lot of people, especially a lot of Xbox dudes, who feel the same way I feel. Again, they don't have to be big budget AAA story driven games. They don't have to, as long as the game are good, and the game is fun. I'm cool with that. But I look at a game like Crackdown. That game does not look fun to me. That's why I didn't buy it. I seen Kids Move play it. I seen BG play it. And also I don't need to spend money to try it out to give my opinion. I have eyes. I see what's going on. And to me, Crackdown 3 looks like a 360 game, reskin for the Xbox One. And I'm sorry, I'm not spending full price on that. And to be honest with you, I'm not spending half price on that. I'm not spending half price on that either. I'm not spending a dime on dog shit. I don't do that. I don't give a fuck if it's $1. I'm not spending a dime on that. Because at the end of the day, I expect better from Microsoft. And you guys should too. And you should demand better from any for all these companies. You know what I mean? Like, I didn't buy Days Gone, and one, because obviously it has this whole zombie bullshit going on there. But also, when you look at the game lacks polish, especially when you compare it to other PlayStation exclusives. Now, people are like, "Oh well, if you only compare it to The Last of Us, yeah, it don't look good." And to me, it's not about just The Last of Us. It's about God of War. It's about Horizon. It's about Uncharted. It's about Ghost of Tsushima. It's about Death Stranding. That Days Gone just lacks polish, and I don't need to play it to see it. I'm sure the game is good. I'm sure some people like the game, but the game lacks polish. And for that, plus obviously the whole zombie thing, I'm not gonna buy that. So I try to hold the same standard for all the games for all those games for all the games, no matter the platform. But I look at the Xbox right now, and I'm just like I don't see the reason why I need to have one. And if Gears 5 comes out, and I saw an Xbox dude say this. I think his name is Salty Gaming. Now, the thing that I don't agree with, he said that if the game got low scores, he wouldn't buy it. I don't give a fuck about the score. I don't care about Metacritic. All I know is that if the game is not good, if I buy, cause I'm buying the game unless there's like something really broken at launch with the game, I'm buying the game no matter what. But if the game just doesn't do it for me, if the game either lacks this or lacks that, and it's just not good, then yeah, then I'm not keeping GS5, and frankly, I'm not keeping the Xbox. Because then what else is there to play? If I there are, I mean, there's games on there that I still play, but if I can live without playing those games, why the fuck do I need the system then? I'm not gonna need the system anymore. You know what I mean? I know some people are worried about GS5 because they really haven't shown anything about the single player outside of the launch. Um, to me, it is a bit worrying, but at the end of the day, like if the game is fun, the game's fun. Like I think the game's gonna be good, and if the game's good, then I'm gonna keep my Xbox because I'm just gonna play that. But at the end of the day, like if the game sucks, then I mean I'm not gonna keep it, and I'm not gonna, and frankly, I'm not gonna keep the Xbox. It's important to me. It's important for Gears 5 to not be a flop because the way they position this game to be a new direction for the series, right? They put an emphasis on the single player. They put an emphasis on you trying to care about what's going to happen with Kate and all that other stuff. Because with Gears 4 and Halo 5 for that matter, I didn't give a shit about the stories in either one of those games. So I've only played the multiplayer. I don't care about Halo 5 or single player, and I don't care about Gears 4 multiplayer. I played Gears multiplayer, and I just don't. The story didn't do much for me. The action sequences were good, like some of the action stuff was good, but and I did like JD more than I did Marcus, but ultimately I just got bored with it and I ended it. Plus I don't like the whole horde mode bullshit that they put in there, and I hope Gears 5 doesn't have any of that either. But if it does, if the game's not good, then I mean, at the end of the day, there's no point in me having the Xbox anymore. There's no point. You know what I mean? Does it mean that I'm not gonna never buy another Xbox? No, it doesn't mean that. If the new Xbox, I mean, I don't know. That's another thing. I don't know what they plan on doing. I don't know if they're going to. It does seem to me that they're going to try to make their Xboxes kind of like PC, where everything is goes, which I like. But like I said, I'm not spending, you know, $400, $500 just to upgrade every couple of years. I'm not doing that. So we'll see. Ultimately, like I said, this is not. I don't mean. I say this sincerely. I don't mean this to be a type of video to be anti Xbox, anti Microsoft, or nothing like that. I'm just being honest with you, and that's all I can do is be honest. Their exclusive lineup outside of a few games have been garbage, has been terrible. I just gotta keep it real with you. And I look at all the games that they released, especially in that stretch between 2016 to now, right? All the newer IPs that they came out with have all just been mediocre, have been, or in some cases downright bad. And I'm sorry, man, like I can't, and I personally cannot look at what the competition is doing, and that goes for both Sony and Nintendo. I can't look at Smash Brothers. I can't look at Breath of the Wild. I can't look at Mario Kart. I can't look at Horizon. I can't look at Uncharted, and I can't look at all those other games that looks, even if the games don't interest me, right? Even if the games don't interest me, I can't look at those games and see how high quality those games are, how beautiful the games look, how fun the game is, and then go back and look at the games that Microsoft has offered, and outside, obviously outside of the Forza games, like the rest of the game offering that they've had for for at least for the new IPs have been mediocre, has been bad, it's been below standard, and I can't ignore that. I can't ignore that. And as someone who bought into the Xbox system, now you have to also take into account. I bought my PlayStation secondhand. I actually bought my PS4 secondhand online from Hard Eight. So I didn't go to a store to buy my PS4. I went to a store. I went to Target to buy my Xbox. So my PS4 my Xbox One purchase is legit. You know what I mean? And like I said, I've had fun with the system. I've had fun with it. But there are certain aspects of the console that I don't like, and I don't want to get too deep into this now, but the share upload studio, and again, I don't have, like, my brother has the capture card, but I don't use it because I don't want things to get cluttered between his stuff and my stuff. So hello, Moto. I'll call her back. I'll call her back. Yeah. So I like my brother has a capture card. I don't use it because I don't really need it, and I don't like things getting cluttered. But so all I have is Upload Studio, and Upload Studio is garbage, complete another garbage, and they have not fixed it. Have not fixed it. All these fucking updates, and I remember Xbox dudes bragging about updates and this and that, and oh, we get updates every month and shit like that. But yet they've never updated that fucking Upload Studio, never. And Share Factory, while Share Factory is not perfect, it's a shit ton better than Upload Studio. And yeah, and to me that's important to me. Something like that's important to me. Mixer, I don't give a shit about Mixer. Don't care about Mixer, right? All the other stuff that Microsoft done is cool, it's nice, but I don't give a shit about that stuff. If it doesn't affect me directly, I'm not gonna give a shit about it. I don't care. You know what I mean? I'm a simple dude. I'm a simple guy. All I want is certain things. All I need is certain things to work. That's it. And if it don't work, then I'm not gonna be happy. You know what I mean? All I want for my system is for the games to be good, and for whatever it is that they do, I just want it to be good. And I gotta keep it real with you. It hasn't been good. Like once you beat all the games that you like on the system, and when there's nothing else to go after that, and the future, and really the last big exclusive for that machine is looking spooky, then you're gonna have doubts. You're gonna have serious doubts, and I'm dealing with those doubts right now. So we'll see what happens. Like I said, it's not a guarantee that I'm gonna get rid of it. I'm sure that Gears 5 is gonna be a good game. I'm very sure of it, and I hope it is, because at the end of the day, I don't I want to keep my Xbox. I don't have a I don't want to get rid of it, but it's it's getting harder by the day. It's getting much harder by the day. So that's pretty much it, man. Thank you guys for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. I'll share this out. And anyway, this will be 186. I'm out, man. Peace.